Ah, part 3, y'all. Part 3. You already know. uh, if it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why is she all on my mind? If it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Make me feel so sad inside. If it isn't love. Alright, y'all, this is what the deal is. This is part 3 of the New Edition tour, y'all. If it isn't love. Are y'all ready? Let's get into it right now. Okay, y'all know when we left off yesterday, it was basically where they was doing the Heartbreak hotel little photo shoot. Well, hold on for a second. Well, they had like a block party. I guess back in the hood or whatever, where they had a cake for New Edition's Heartbreak, album, and a new cake for Bobby Brown. Of course, Bobby Brown gonna come and show his motherfucking ass, putting his hand in both of the motherfucking cakes, and I'm like, damn, Bobby, why you just showing your motherfucking ass, nigga? Damn, nobody don't want to see you just showing out like that. But y'all, this it is so fucking sad about this group that I grew up in my era, and they produced so many hits that they went through what they went through, but it was all just from ignorance, y'all. And it is sad. But this is really where everything just kind of like, everybody was doing their own little thing. Mike starting to get, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis was talking to Bell Biv and DeVoe. Like, have y'all ever thought about starting y'all's own group? And Gerald over there, because he leaving MCA and going to Motown, and he gonna take Johnny Gill with him to do his solo. And of course, Bobby Brown had his solo thing he was already doing, and Ralph was planning on doing his solo thing. But now that Gerald is leaving, he don't know, his shit is all up in the air. And the whole thing is he put his shit off for the motherfucking goddamn group, and everybody else was Gary do their own little thing. And the thing is, when they was on their tour, Mike, after old dude, one of the little chaperones, I can't remember what his name was talking to Mike, saying, you need to think about getting into the business, the management part of it. And Mike couldn't wrap his head around it at that time. But I guess Mike's, when he was getting ready, they was leaving one of their tours. The group of kids came out and said, one dude came out and said, can we sing for y'all? Because we just big fans for you. He said, well, I don't know if I'm really the person you can talk to. But they over there looking like they all homely or whatever, like they didn't came and waited this long for them to come out the place and get on the bus. He said, well, come on, come bring them all. Y'all can sing. And those motherfuckers blow. And I said, what group are they going to be? Because first of all I had to do was, I couldn't even, in my head at the time, think about what group it was. I was like, well, what group is it? What group? Because I know it's going to be a group that I'm going to know. Boys the Men. Okay. So I now remember that Mike, that one that found them. Okay, so, Motown Philly back again. East Coast way, boys the men going off. But anyway, they sang their little song, so Mike is starting to endeavor in that whole little thing or whatever. So Velvet DeVoe was doing their tours or whatever, so they decided to come up with this Home Again tour, which was going to be Bobby Brown, BBD, and plus New Edition doing BBD doing their songs, plus New Edition doing songs, and Bobby Brown doing his songs. But then in the middle of them was... No, that was actually when they started fighting. Okay, I done skipped out a whole bunch of shit. Man, let me go back. They was on tour with I'll Be Sure. And that's where, on the first episode when it all started was because um, they were on tour with with I'll Be Sure, and Bobby Brown was sitting there. He was going first. I'll Be Sure was going second. They was going last. And then Bobby wanted to switch it around to where he was going. Let I'll Be Sure go first or whatever. So Bobby Brown was taking up too much time, and that's when Ronnie DeVoe went out there and then roughed him off, and then came out on stage, and Bobby DeVoe started performing. That's when Bobby Brown sit there and came off the stage, and he got that water hose like I told y'all about in the first one, and that shit did work. So that's when they bum rushed and they started shooting. Brooks had a heart attack. Once Brooks had a heart attack, everything. This was when they was on their Home Alone tour, and they was supposed to be all going out together because they was on video, so doing their little interview or whatever, and where all of them doing their separate things, but they was talking about their little Home Again tour. That shit. But they had to do 13 episodes. Episodes, 13 shows before they was actually gonna get paid. Well, they sit there and I think they might have done 20 or whatever, but they still had issues, and it just all fell apart. After that fight, everybody went their separate ways, and y'all want to know something? It affected Bobby Brown. We already know he was a cokehead anyway. So, this episode has a lot to do with how they just fell apart, y'all, as far as their money and finances are concerned. Everybody thought that by breaking apart, that they doing their own thing, that they was going to really make it big, but their second albums Velvet Road, their first album was all kicking and everything, but their follow-up albums was not the same. And then even Mike, with him having Boys to Men, he was basically pulling the same stunts that everybody else was pulling on them. They sit there and said, well, man, where's the motherfucking money? He said, man, you got to do more shows and all this other shit. But the thing is that the Bamas never really learned. And I'm gonna tell you why they didn't learn. Because when they first went on their Home Again tour, now they already know that they broke, right? They already know that they broke. But they gonna all show up on 5 different buses. Each one of them had their own buses with their own crews on there that they paid to fly first class, and they know they don't get paid until their 13th show. Now, who in the fuck, where do they do that shit at? I mean, you just cannot not know the business when you've been burnt as many times as you've been burnt and still operate the way that you operated. I don't get them. I can't get it. So then So everybody started crumbling. I didn't realize Ricky Bell was so hooked up on drugs, and he almost overdosed. And I mean, he was gone. I didn't know he was having issues like he was having. And he about to lose his house and everything. I know Ralph ain't really signing nothing. Him and his girlfriend was going through some situation where she trying to get something out, blood out of her turnip. Ronnie DeVoe is sitting there in a class, real estate class, and so some people see, oh, that's Ronnie DeVoe. I didn't know he fell off like that. I mean, they let themselves go so far down. Now, we see them now on their little interviews about the movie, and I guess it's not as bad as maybe it was seeming in this movie. But hold on for a second. Maybe it wasn't as bad as they was making it seem in this movie, because I've been seeing them do. But I don't think that they balling like they should be balling for the music that all the hits that they had out there. I think probably in my era, I think that they got the worst treatment, and they got. I mean, for them to have as many hits as they did, I think that they lost because they didn't finish tours or whatever. They lost some of their publishing rights and stuff because they had to pay back the MCA. I mean, they just fucked shit up all the way around. I don't understand how they never pulled it together to be able to what's the name, but it all ends, and at least I think that this is the ending, that Ronnie DeVoe is getting married. And he's like, everybody's doing their own little thing, and everybody's so separated. Johnny Gill's doing his own little thing. And everybody's basically trying to just maintain and do whatever they can do to survive. And when Ronnie's girl, she had her little bridesmaid and everything all lined up, and he was like, Well, baby, it ain't that so simple for me because everybody's doing their own little thing. Mike is doing this and Mike's doing that. But you know what? Bobby shows up. His motherfucking bandman's gonna show up in all white. All that rest of the niggas, all the rest of the groomsmen are in black. Bobby Brown gonna show up in all motherfucking white. He just got to be motherfucking goddamn the odd man out. And that's because and when you see Bobby now, Bobby is just dusty and rusty, and I mean, like, Mister, Anyway, y'all, this one ain't gonna be as long as the rest of them, because basically they stretched this shit out to be a whole bunch of age. But the group came together at the wedding. Ronnie got married. All 6 of the New Edition members were there. Everybody was getting along. I guess they're gonna do a little appearance on BET for one of the BET anniversaries or whatever. I don't know which one it was. I don't know, but yeah, cause Rob Johnson I think was at the wedding. Or I'm talking about. Can we get them together for this or make this happen? And Brooke was like, Brooks, he better make it happen real quick, because you know with those motherfuckers, you never even motherfucking know. But I think now that they older or whatever, and they need their little coins and all the little running their street days and shit is over. It's just sad that it had to take them as long as it took them to get to that point. Because after I would have been burned one time, I would have been done. I would have. But my little side note, I'm done with this, y'all. I'm done with this series. I got to do Scandal tonight. I got to do How to Get Away with Murder. I've already put up Black Ink Crew, so y'all can see that. But anyway, I do want to thank my subscribers and all my new ones. I sit there and said I needed some subscribers, and I got like 4 in the last day. So I appreciate, if you just watching these reviews or whatever, check out my other things. I'm going to be doing Scandal tonight. I'm going to be doing How to Get Away with Murder tonight. I might even do Grey's Anatomy. I don't know. I kind of like Grey's Anatomy. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think about Grey's Anatomy. I don't know if y'all watch that on Thursday night lineups or not. But, and if I do, it won't be tonight. Because what I do Scandal, do How to Get Away with Murder. I'm going to be whipped. Okay, so I'm not gonna make no promises on that. But anyway, and I still haven't done the haves and the have-nots yet, have I? Damn. Fuck. Anyway, thank y'all thank y'all. Like, subscribe. If you dislike, let me know why you dislike it, please, so I know what I can do to make it better. And if you like it, tell me what you do like about it. I do appreciate my subscribers that subscribe, and please subscribe if you haven't. And talk to you later. Peace.